So sorry about that, everyone. Found out, and this is something we learned in Periscope land, that I would cut out at certain points. So, like, there's a bridge that I go under, and that bridge is a sign that my connection isn't great. Since I drive through the middle of nowhere to get to where I'm going, Facebook actually will flash and tell me, hey, your video is kind of weak. What's going on here, dude? Find better connection. And as it does this, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should find better connection. Well, I can't in where I'm at. The signal is just very crappy. So we try our best to get through that, but as we go through these morning videos, we'll actually start learning some pretty good best practice about what we're doing here. It might be the fact that I don't start a video until I get past a certain point. We may have two sections of video, one that's a short one in the beginning before the video cuts out, and then one when my signal gets back strong. So I apologize that I lost the signal there. We'll see if it can pull through here. I'm still getting a nice flashy, but we're going to cover some great things, so I hope it comes back. Let's just give it a few minutes. Let's see here. I may have to switch how this is done. Oh, it's a learning curve. What do you guys know? Something doesn't work right the first attempt that you do. It's amazing, isn't it? Oh, that's just Can you hear me? Can we give a comment if you guys can hear me, see me, do this? Can we get a comment, please? We type and we put the comment in, and then we see that Chris can see it. And it tells me that we're doing this in a format that is okay for everybody else. My signal's just not that strong. So, I was talking about the course that we put live. It's on Gumroad, 100% free. You don't even have to buy the software. That's completely optional. We're going to walk through it. If you're already a subscriber, great. If you're not, that's fine too. But the OA X-Ray course is just meant to help you learn how to find deals. Even if you don't use OA X-Ray, there are some extremely important ideas and techniques that are going to be shared. Now, I'll be the first to admit that they're going to be easier with OA X-Ray, but you can still do them old school or the easier way. Oh, we're back to full strength. Good. Okay, that's a good mark. Good. Thank you, guys. My guy turned red. So we're going to have that, but the course is going to be recorded. Originally, we were going to have 50 people allowed in the course at a given time to watch the course live. That was until we had like 350 people sign up for the course, which was totally not expected. So I'm either going to have to find a new platform to host the Hangouts on, or the webinars, which will be interesting, or I have to figure out how to narrow down 50 people, maybe first come, first serve. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that. So that's what we have on the docket on a free side of things today. Now, let's get into some content related to actually FBA selling. So, I've been looking through questions, and you guys may not realize this, but Mike, John, and myself, we actually are scrolling through that Facebook group probably once, one of us, on an average once every 15 minutes. And we're checking, making sure everything's going okay, responding as necessary. I'm more of kind of the overlooker. I'll see if any major issues are going on. I'll answer some questions, do this, do that. But there was a post in the group, I want to say Friday, Saturday time frame, with someone who found a bunch of printers at a thrift store. Anybody see that post? Where it was like they found them for 10, 15 bucks and they're gonna sell the lowest FBA price was like 700 and some. Did you guys see that post? I want to go into a little analysis of that product find and what signs to me when looking at that were big like, hey, get me. And then also through reading some of the comments, some things that you may want to keep an eye out for that could help you if you're ever in a situation like that. So, the first thing that I noticed when I saw this post, took a screenshot of Seller Central, or the seller app. It was a printer, it was a name brand printer, number one, okay? 2 sellers were on there. Pretty good. the price was abnormally high, which could be a really great find, could be a bad deal. But I saw all those, and then I saw a few reviews with some stars. So, all other things being equal, without being able to look any further into what was going on, just than a screenshot and knowing the buy cost, you were taking an educated guess here, okay? We look at it. Reviews typically mean that people have bought this item in the past. You can't review something unless you purchase it. This thing, I don't know how many reviews it had. Someone may want to refresh my memory on that. But it had some reviews, and I thought it was a significant amount for the type of printer it was. The reviews were above average. They were 3-4 stars, if I remember correctly. So that's a good sign. I want to say it was like 30-some reviews. I'm not 100% sure, though. That's a rough estimate of where it was at. So that right there tells me that it's been bought. So the first thing I would have done if I was in those shoes is I would have jumped up and down and screamed and said, I just made $700 off of one printer. I would have been ecstatic. Then I would have gone in and seen when the last review was. Just because, on average, and I don't have the strong stats from Amazon to back this up, just kind of personal experience. When you are looking at product reviews, people typically, on an average, review very small portions. So for every 100 reviews, I've kind of noticed that you get one or two, or out of 100 purchases, you typically get 1 or 2 reviews. So, and that's probably way on the low end. I'm not going to say, that's probably on the high estimate, and I mean when I say that. I think that the percentage is less than 1% actually take the time to review it. I know even as an Amazon seller, knowing how important product reviews are for the search process and how the feedback are for the seller, I rarely do it. And I know what it does for sellers. I should make an effort of doing that. But it's just not something that I readily do. So, that being said, if it has 33 reviews, my estimate is that it's sold about 3,000-4,000 units. That is a complete estimate, but that's going to be my best guess over the lifetime of that product. So, when I take a look back at the reviews, the stars, and if I see 3 reviews in the time frame of, who knows, a year, I know that there's been purchases that year. The product's just not obsolete, it's there. So that would be a very good sign on my end. Now, looking at the deal overall, the cost of the risk, the investment of like the 10, 15 bucks, whatever it was, is minuscule compared to the return. So this one, even if you drop the price, cut the price in half, you're still golden. So, what do you have to do? My first thing would be I would take one of those units and I would open it up, because I need to make sure that it's actually a new unit, nothing's missing, it's an original thing. I would do a tad bit of research online to see, okay, well, Chris, this has every piece that it's coming to. Did someone come in and take a piece here, take a piece there? And I would carefully open it up, carefully examine everything and repackage it. Now, if they were sealed in like the plastic shrink wrap, this is a point where one item of lost profit to inspect what is in there is worth it compared to losing your account if it was a not as listed product. So I would do a little more research. This is the same thing I told my brother when he had bought some board games. They looked new, but are they really new? And a little bit of inspection could save a lot of hassle on your account. So you have that aspect of it. So if I was given that option, looking at those, I would immediately purchase all of them. No questions asked. I would purchase them all, realizing that even if something was wrong with them when I did my inspection, well, no one else is going to take them. And the profit, the return is too great to leave those on the shelf. I could find a way to piece them out, sell them on a secondary market, third marketplace, and work with them in that fashion. There is, in my opinion, very little risk. If there were 20 of them there, you were paying $15 or $20, Even if you sell one unit at full price, you cover all of your stuff and still make money. So that's kind of the idea behind it. That was a very good purchase. But as I look through the comments, you have people that are very skeptical. Well, it doesn't have a rank. Well, it's an electronics product. That's where we've covered that with kind of the review side of it. It's not necessarily that it's a bad product. It's just some products like clothing, shoes, you get into electronics, you have subcategories of blah, 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 and they're everywhere. You're not going to get a clean, crisp picture of what your sales rank is on an item, and the sales rank is just a snapshot in a moment of time. A product, I could drop the price to $1, and I guarantee you I can drive a sales rank up or down to a certain point. We've done this numerous times. We've seen it in Godfather deals when we used to run that group. Amazon would come on a listing that a product had set at like $300. There were some great like car horns, I want to say, that we looked at, or something of an automotive mindset. And we posted those. Hello, mother. We posted those in the group. They were in a million rank in automotive. They were posted in our group. All of a sudden, they're in single, double digits. It's all about sales velocity compared to other products in that category. So sales rank is only a snapshot in a moment of time. If you lower a price, your sales rank should, in fact, go lower as well. They should move, they correlate with each other. They should move in the same direction. So that is something that even if you're seeing something at $700, you could lower that to $400 and you're still going to make money. I wouldn't crash the price. If you can sell it at $700, fantastic, do it. Get rid of it, buy that, turn it. But, I mean, just, it's fantastic. So that's kind of the analysis of that one. And I think there's a lot to be learned there, because I probably would have walked right by a printer unless you look back to, when was it? I was talking with my dad, and he made a comment to me that, Chris, you always should scan the printers at Walgreens. Always. If they're there, they're going to make you money. If they're on sale. It's like, huh? Printers at Walgreens? Who buys a printer at Walgreens? Well, I know he's made a lot of money doing that. So you look at the stuff, and it's all about training yourself on the cues to look at to signify that this may be a good investment. And the more you go out and source, the more you go out and do this, the more you go and do that, the more you'll find that you start training yourself for those. I started realizing, and not that my prediction's true or not, but you guys, if you've been on Periscope, you've heard me break down barriers to entry, how the marketplace, which ones are going to go to be not being a crapshoot, but which ones are going to be harder and harder to make money off of. And it's based upon simple economic theory that certain areas and sourcing techniques have a barrier to entry. Okay? I can do this with 12 people, and they don't have to have any capital to get started. Boom, they're good to go. We'll probably break that down again in another one of these live videos as I go through them, but there is some merit to those discussion points. If you can understand the concepts behind it, you can understand which area is going to be best to invest your time and effort for long-term sustainable income. Okay? So now that we've rattled off that, I told you guys earlier in the first video, if some of you weren't there, we have 2 free products on Gumroad right now. It's a product list handbook that walks you through how to use a product list and how to actually buy one and what to look for. So that's a great one to take a look at. And then we have the free OA X-ray course that we're getting ready to do. Now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of back information of things we're working on currently. So, on my vacation, and I look like a crazy man today. Did anyone wear navy pants? My wife bought me navy pants because this shirt has navy lines. And I've never worn navy pants. I feel quite strange, actually. Anyway, we have some big things in the hopper for what's going on. May is going to be, like I said, we have the online course, and we have the brew bus. Not the brew bus, that's the conference in April. if you guys are going out to Denver, I have decided as of yesterday that we will be expanding the brew bus to 56 people. Those 56 people can get on the bus. We still have about 15-20 seats left. If you are willing to join, it's going to be the best networking event there, hands down, because I'm going to be there and there's free beer. Your ticket gets you on the bus. And look, there's a bus next to me. Let's get in front of these guys. The ticket will get you on the bus, and it'll get you beers at every location that we go to. One. So get excited, have fun. Those are going to be up there. So we have that going on. We have 2 hangouts this week. I'm not sure if you guys realize this. Free ones, actually. Travis Ross, one of my good friends, and actually the guy who's hosting the Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference, one of the 2 behind it. He had just posted in the Facebook group that we're having a live hangout tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. And when I say live hangout, I've got to tell you right now that this is probably one of the biggest collections of free advice that you're ever going to see. I mean, I got the guest list of who's going to be presenting on it yesterday, and I've got to look through it again. I mean, you got me, you got Andy Slamage, you have Nate McAllister. It's like that night when Chris was home alone and we started getting all the really great guys on at once. And what we're going to be focusing on, and it's all about the power of networking. We're going to all be asked questions about things that have happened due to relationships, networking that we've had. And I think it'll be well worth your time to sit through the webinar and be there and listen to us, because it's not just me, it's not just Travis. We've got, I think it's like 12 plus moderators, and these are the people who are going to be speaking at the conference. So you go through that list of speakers at the conference, you're going to see that we have a humongous group of very skilled people that are going to be talking about networking and its power and how you can network and build those relationships. So that's going to be going on tomorrow. Also tomorrow night, I've got to talk to the guy to bump it back about 30 minutes because of this new webinar. I'm going to be doing, wasn't supposed to be live, so it still may not be live, but we found, I won't say a competitor, but we have found a listing software. So think Inventory Labs stripped down, without all the crazy features, at about a fraction of the price. So I'm actually doing a hangout with the guy to learn the software, kind of be your guinea pig, see if it's worth it. But instead of paying the $50 for Inventory Labs, this may be a good substitute at the $20, $25 mark. It's almost cutting your cost in half. So, and I will be the first to say, according to my research, it's not up to the capability of Inventory Lab. It's not to that exact point yet. But listing items is extremely easy and it can speed up everything, and we'll give it a go. We'll take a look at it and see what it is, and we'll give some recommendations after that. So that's supposed to be tomorrow night. If it's live, I will tell you guys in a video or a Facebook post so that you guys can join. It'll be a small audience. I don't want to release this to everyone because I don't want 20 million questions if I have the questions, because I want to get the information out of the presenter. I want to really mine them for that. So that'll be coming up. Hopefully later tonight, the online selling podcast will come back live again. We're trying for daily podcast on there. Now, you guys will notice I was gone last week. When Chris is gone, the podcast stops. I didn't get enough pre-recorded to schedule it because it was the first time we had started pumping out that much content. So I was real excited about it, and it will be coming again. But you guys got to give me a little bit of time to build up that content again. So we'll have that going on, which should be fun. We gave away a free course to somebody that I got to talk to Mike and John. I don't know what they did there. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun. And my blog post for today, and it's going to be pumped out a little bit later, is really focused on why we do what we do. It's the philosophy of FBA Master. It's focusing on why we give a bunch of stuff away for free. Why we get excited about doing things for free. Why we have fun in a Facebook group and dedicate our time to making sure everybody can learn and grow. And it, for most people, is a really weird concept. We've spent almost a year and a half really pumping a lot of, I'm taking time to record a podcast that has absolutely no monetary value to me. Absolutely no monetary value. I do it because it's fun. And we try to build up these areas, and it's starting to really grow the group, grow the way we operate, our readership in the blog, and we love it. But I want to explain kind of our methodology with everything, and hopefully I can get that written up today. It's going to be a busy day. When you've gone on vacation and it's your first day back, no matter how well you planned ahead of time, something will go wrong, and you will have been responsible for it, and you will have had to fix it. It looks like we have a freaking parade here. My Lord. So, welcome to the morning videos that you guys will be seeing more frequently now. Considering we're going to do them all on Facebook because I really like this format. Our average viewership on Periscope in the morning ran about 17 to 20 people, and that would depend on in and out. And right now we're up to 61 viewers, and this video will go automatically live into the Facebook group, so it'll be archived there. I don't have to actually move it. So this is great. You guys may want to start putting a little reminder in your calendar or an alarm, because we will really do this. I do this every day. Every day. We do it in the mornings. We have fun. So get excited. I will see you guys all possibly later on my drive home. And big shout out, if my lady Vicky is on here, which she's one of my avid Periscope followers. She loves the Periscopes, but we're going to switch over here, Vicky. I did get your charger you sent me in the cord, so a big thank you. You'll find that sometimes my phone dies in the evenings because I've been at work all day and I play on it, or I don't play on it at work. I use it, and it's very nice of her to send me a charging cord so we can continue to do these videos even if I die driving my phone. So a few things I want you guys to do: think of new topics, send them to me, post them as a comment here, get interactive on here. I want this to be a going conversation. I just want to be talking. I want you guys to have that conversation on the right-hand side. And I will see you guys all later. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.